and gentlemen, if you saw the previous game between Grubby and Death Note, you know that they had a very nice game. Grubby won. The game should be on the channel somewhere. Grubby with like his creativity. He played Shadow Hunter second, which is kinda of meta. Then he tried to expand and he went tier 3. And then he played Taurens. That was amazing. But that is going to be a very different game. His opponent is named Death Note. And he's like, okay, I'm playing versus Grubby. Grubby has a very good micro. I'm kinda want to check something different versus Grubby, and Death Note is going for Pali Rifle. So it's very surprising for me because Death Note is one of those players that play Pali Rifle very rarely. So maybe he just want to see how Grubby will react to it. Pali Rifle is not doing well, but it's not doing terribly as well. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that this is going to be an amazing game. So, Death Note, he's going for an opener that they call a noob tower. What noob tower means, ladies and gentlemen? It means that you go for very early arcane tower because you are afraid of your opponent like micro in the early game. And you know, Fortitude will never play like that, but Infi likes to play like that sometimes. And of course, when I used to play Pala Rifle versus Strong Orcs, I really like to play the noob tower variation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why there is a solo paladin here. We need to repair the tower. We need to repair the tower. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, when you play in the noob tower, you need to repair it. And that's very important. Towers, as some great human players said, they are made from paper. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is SaulApeMan, I'm an ape, and so far, this early game looks very uneventful, but the noob tower is ready and Mr. Death Note can start thinking about taking. And now, the most important question is, what Grubby is going to do about that? Grubby has two options. Option number one is to do what Soin likes to do. So you send your wolves and headhunters to a very small green camp and you keep Farseer on the Pala Rifle, right? So believe it or not, with 2 headhunters and 2 wolves, you can creep at least half of a green camp and then you send new wolves and basically that's it. Death Note is taking already. Nice. But what Grubby is trying to do so far, Grubby is trying to still be oppressive in the early game, but ladies and gentlemen, I think it's a wrong decision. Is Grubby going to creep? We'll see about that. His wolf tells him that the Pala Rifle player is idle and Mr. Grubby is going for C10 to just level 2, just tiny amount of experience, but 32 experience points are on Mr. Grubby. And ladies and gentlemen, what is going to happen now? What is going to happen now? Militia is coming. Mr. Death Note wants to contest this camp, and he has some experience. He got another turtle, the last fight hit, and Paladin got it, and the item. I would say that Militia uptime was worth it. Grubby is resummoning, another Holy Light will be forced. Remember, there is noob tower here, so the Rifleman is more than secure. Another Holy Light, too late! It wasn't worth it! Mr. Death Note, I mean one rifle. Grubby lost a lot of HP though. The game is open, they're trading. They're trading left and right. Okay, now I have a question, Mr. Grubby. Because now the ball is Orc corner. Are we going to see Naga second for pressure? Or are we going to see Tauren Chieftain second for... Tauren Chieftain second opens a lot of possibilities. And this is, so far, we don't know. The Grubby is busy microing here. And what about your macro, Mr. Grubby? Ah, he forgot to tech. He's going for Taurens. Okay, so he's going to play one base Taurens, probably, ladies and gentlemen, without tech, without Tavern Hero. I'm thinking Tauren Chieftain. We'll see about that. So far, both players are creeping, but yes, Farseer creeping is not that great. Rifle creeping feels amazing, of course, and we forgot already about this one, that Rifleman. And Grubby has Farseer. Oh, the best item in slot, replenishment potion. Mr. Grubby wants to brawl. Okay, is it going to be Naga? Is it going to be Fire Lord with like silence? It's Naga. But Naga means pressure. Grubby's not using Naga too well, I'm afraid. Okay, because why Naga means pressure? You have Cold Arrow. Your opponent doesn't have any like defense against Cold Arrow early on. And you know, Naga is not as good in the late game as Tauren Chieftain is. So that's a little bit problematic, but as you can see, Grubby just got the Rock Golem. That was amazing. Mr. Deftone is like, where is the Rock Golem? And Grubby is like, Rock Golem already belongs to me. Deftone is pulling back. I can't blame him. As you can see, Naga is very dangerous. And when Blood Mage appears, then, ladies and gentlemen, then the game changes. Then we have all of the mana. We, the Pala Rifle. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Grubby is pulling back. As we can see inside of his base, he's going for double Tauren Totem. And that's of course pretty good. But yes, you don't want to fight here, Mr. Grubby. I mean, Grubby's kiting, Grubby's doing a-okay. But remember, rifles, they have long rifle range now. And they deal a lot. They are very good at kiting. But man, Grubby is very good at kiting as well. And he was able to kill one Rifleman for kinda nothing. Paladin is in front. Paladin can't heal himself, which is very, very sad, of course. They say, oh, the creeps are here. Mr. Deftone, are we pressing the tier 3 button? Yes, he pressed tier 3 button long time ago. So he's preparing for anti-Tauren technology. He's preparing for mighty rifles. Paladin is level 3. Mr. Deftone needs to creep a creep camp that has mana. This is very risky, but... Okay, he's going to pull the Red Drake. This is very risky, but ladies and gentlemen, he is willing to risk it. The idea is you kill your rifles, and you basically... Okay, Grubby doesn't know. You know this song? Scotty doesn't know? Okay, Grubby doesn't know. So you ignore the Drake for now. You kill another workers, or maybe no, Grubby knows. Grubby knows. Oh, Grubby knows. And Naga has Fork Lightning and item and experience. Goes to Grubby. That's a grand disaster. Mr. Grubby is enraged. Mr. Grubby is trying to take revenge. Naga pops the invul. Grubby pops the heal. Ladies and gentlemen, so enraged. Mr. Deftone needs to be. He was so close to get level 6. He was so close to get level 6 monster. He's going for the Naga though. He's going for the Naga. Holy Light is here. Holy Light is here. What about the Naga? Naga has fallen. That's a very important level up. Banish technology saves the Blood Mage. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the Pala Rifle magic. This is the Pali Rifle magic. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, the fight at this tavern. At this fountain is crazy. Oh yes, Grubby thinks that he can trade here. We'll see about that. He has Berserkers. But they say, oh, Banish and healing together is beautiful. Blood Mage doesn't have more mana. Those creeps are still there, which is pretty funny. Grubby denied one of the Berserkers now, and Grubby has no mana, Grubby has no second hero, and the last hit goes this time for Pali Rifle player. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, the Deftone is tier 3 already. Deftone is still producing rifles. He can go into rifles if he wants to, but there is no Taurens just yet. I mean, he saw the Spirit Walker. Ladies and gentlemen, what an exchange at this tavern. And what the last hit by Mr. Grubby. Shadow Hunter is another way to stop channeling spells. Death Note has a lot of lumber. He's power building Gryphon Aviaries. He wants to get to Gryphons as we speak. There is a big fight all over the middle now. Not really. Grubby is creeping a green turtle camp. Grubby is pulling more. Ladies and gentlemen, going to be a very high level Pala Rifle player. What is the item? Oh, Human Aura. Let me tell you. Just for 2 heroes, maybe. Blood Mage will have easier time starting the Life Drain. The Siphon Mana. I'm sorry, I played so many Dark Ranger games recently that I call it Life Drain. And in reality, it's something else. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, the game is definitely open. Now the question is what Grubby is going to do about this. Is it going to be Tiny Great Hole? Is it going to be a fight? I mean, Death Note needs a little bit more time to get online. Let me tell you, if he can get into four Gryphons, that would be amazing. And if he can get like a flute, maybe. Okay. Grubby wants to push, but remember there is Noob Tower. Noob Tower can be nice defensively, of course. And this time there is nobody that can steal Mr. Grubby items. We have +6 agility, I love it. Okay, the Noob Tower is under pressure, but we have two beautiful Gryphons defensively. And Mr. Death Note is taking his time. Bloodmage good level 3, it means better mana stealing abilities. Mr. Grubby is fighting a little bit here. He's trying to supply block Death Note, but Death Note is fine. Death Note will teleport soon, and he's teleporting now. Grubby will trade TP for a TP. The Berserkers are in trouble. You can banish or Holy Light. This Gryphon needs to survive, and he survives. Militia is in trouble, but you know, a human has a lot of lumber, so we don't care that much. And ladies and gentlemen, we have magnificent Gryphons in the air. Two more Gryphons are about to go out soon. Supply is even. Grubby's teleporting out. And Grubby killed a lot, but remember, the Gryphons are here. They have already the beautiful HP upgrade. They share some upgrades with rifles, and they look good. Army of Mr. Death Note is looking okay. He's on 50 supply. He's making one more worker. He has enough lumber for now. And ladies and gentlemen, both players are in low upkeep. Grubby doesn't have a tiny Great Hall. And what is going to happen now? Ladies and gentlemen, Shadowhunter and Naga creeping together. Shadowhunter would love to get level 3. Oh, look at this. Hello, Spirit Walkers. Hello, Spirit Walkers. Very nice micro by Death Note. This is what Fortitude does with Pala Rifle when he goes into Gryphons. He needs to keep them on top of the trees and stuff like that. Ladies and gentlemen, supplies even. Actually, Mr. Death Note is first to break it. Yes, Spirit Walkers, they can revive Taurens, but maybe they'll just feed Pali Rifle power. Rifle has TP. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this brave blood mage in front. I love it. You can banish a Tauren offensively. And remember, Hex can be used. And what about the rifles? Do we have Staff of Preservation? No gold for Staff of... Sanctuary. One of the Gryphons got sniped. How is the mana looking? Remember, that Pala Rifle will shine when you have all of the mana. And ladies and gentlemen, Grubby is reviving his Taurens, but they are just like a punching bugs. Grubby knows that the situation is very serious. Bloodmage needs to start transferring mana to the Paladin. If Paladin mana, sir, that's very important. Okay, that is happening now. Grubby is trying to remove some rifles, and he's almost doing this. And Grubby says, GG, ladies and gentlemen. Pala Rifle maybe nerfed 9 times, but Mr. Grubby got a little bit surprised by it. He had a very good early game was so-so. Mid game was definitely for Grubby, but Grubby just played mass Taurens blindly versus a guy that went into 4 Gryphons, and he paid the price. He should probably Tiny Great Hall expand earlier, maybe do more laning, I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, it's super cool to see Grubby playing, and yes, Pala Rifle can surprise you, let me tell you. Guys, if you like the video, please like and subscribe, comment, and stuff like that. See you!